fans, Brian Blitz here, and welcome to another exciting edition of Superstars The Ring here at ccwrestling.biz. Joining me as always is my co-host, Craig Young. Craig, this Saturday night, Stampede 2015 is taking place, and it's going to be a phenomenal event.
How excited are you?
I think my voice speaks it all.
Battle Royal, Championship title match, Tag Team title matches, Alternative title matches.
Southern Stage Championship.
I want to go back real quick, Alternative title match.
Very well.
2 out of 3 falls. This series has gone all over the Southeast. And after last week's event, the score is 1-1. Skylark and Evans both picking up wins this Saturday night. Alternative title on a pole match. The winners walking out of Stampede, the new Alternative champion.
Craig, these two men have torn up arenas from start to finish every time they face each other. Of course, Skylark won the first match, and Christian Evans, he did even the match, or even up the series last week, and now we're going to have a rubber match, as you said, at Stampede. Big Alternative Championship on a pole match. We've never seen anything like it, at least I haven't since I've been here, so that's going to be one high-flying, fantastic match.
It is, in fact, a first for Continental Championship Wrestling. Those two guys also in the Battle Royal, along with 18 other guys, 20-man Battle Royal. One of them can not only walk out the Alternative champion, they can have a chance to walk out the CCW champion later in the night.
Quite conceivably, and of course we're talking about that. Julian Marks is going to be a marked man. Any one of those men could take on him. Another gentleman that could quite possibly walk out as CCW champion that night is somebody that we haven't really talked a whole lot about, and that's Solo Jones.
Jones, we've seen him in action in the last few weeks at all of our live events, which if you haven't been coming to any of our live events, really, you are missing the best entertainment in wrestling today. But Solo Jones has been dominant, just destroying people left and right. I believe we're going to actually see him in action this week.
We are going to see Solo in action this week as he takes on another superstar, another rookie by the name of Aggin.
Let's go to the ring.
Blitz, here we go. Aggin in competition against Solo Jones. Solo Jones, have we seen him have a match longer than maybe 4 minutes yet?
You know, Craig, it's really hard to say because Solo Jones is such a fierce fighter that he likes to end things really early. Hasn't always ended up in his favor, but that's purely because he is just a pure nasty fighter.
Wow, well, Aggin has had him into the corners with those elbows.
No,
a rolling elbow.
If Aggin stands to have any shot against Solo Jones, he better stay on him right now because Solo Jones is very big and he's very mean. And if he ever gets the edge on Aggin, it's lights out. Bottom line.
Again with another running elbow. Telegraphed it.
There it is. Oh! Just like that. And did you hear this crowd erupt for Solo Jones? That was a beautiful shoulder block by Solo.
Are you kidding me? It made me move back 5 feet.
He is.
Wow, Solo Jones is just laying those rights in on him.
I don't understand it because he is such a mean and nasty fighter. He doesn't care for anybody. He certainly doesn't care for Aggin.
Well, he's lining him up. He is lining him up.
Actually, I think he's been a little merciful to allow Aggin to go this long. Oh! Beautiful power slam by Solo. Now he's got him in the middle.
Did Aggin kick out?
I don't really know how he had the wherewithal to get out of that. Solo Jones just brutalized him right in the middle of the ring.
Wow. Why would Aggin kick out? Those right hands were just taking his...
You're absolutely right. Oh, good grief. And a nasty pounce, and Aggin is just pretzeled around the ring ropes.
God, the ref better just go ahead and check on Aggin.
I think he knocked Aggin backwards.
Aggin still hasn't moved from the ropes.
The referee may want to stop this match because Solo Jones is only stalking Aggin now. He's more or less toying with him. It's only a matter of time.
Oh, wow.
That was a little bit of a cheap shot, but
that
goes right back to what I say about Solo Jones.
Wow. That solo knockout of Jones just laid out Aggin.
The winner of the match, Solo Jones.
Wow.
So it goes right back to what I said, Craig. He is just a nasty, brutal fighter, and he has absolutely no care for anybody.
I don't think Aggin has any clue what hit him. None at all. He's still down in the ring.
Yeah, he'd be best to count his...
Did you see that?
I'm telling you, Solo Jones is just destroying people left and right.
I wouldn't want to be in the ring with him. That's for certain. He just dominated in that match.
Welcome back, guys. Now, the Battle Royal's coming up. 20 superstars. Everybody has an opportunity now. You win the Battle Royal, you get to go ahead with the title match with Mayhem Marks. You're main eventing at the end of the night.
You know what, Craig? A few weeks ago we talked about who we would pick, and I said I didn't really give a name. I said somebody who doesn't hold any allegiance, somebody who doesn't mind taking anybody out.
Right.
If I had to make a pick now, I put it on Solo Jones.
Yep.
Solo Jones absolutely destroyed that young man in the ring, and he can. I don't think he.
I'm on
destroyed
record.
19 others.
Now, I'm on record of picking Kevin Toole. Kevin Toole is being the tallest guy in there. Now that means we have 2 picks. There's 18 other people in this Battle Royal.
Right.
Shooter McGee. He's small. He's fast. Easily. Nobody's going to be able to drop down and grab him.
He's got a
If
very
not,
low center of gravity, and he's got a huge amateur wrestling background.
he's an incredible grappler. Look at his matches. Eric Moore. Eric Moore,
Extremely
tall,
extremely popular young superstar.
fast. You have to be able to not only grab somebody. Battle Royals at all times are luck. It's not so much you can have a strategy going in the Battle Royal, hook a rope, stay in the corner, try to stay in the middle of the ring where nobody can easily toss you out of the ring. Guy that's not going to be easily tossed out of the ring, Mad Dog Miller. Mad
Dog Miller is absolutely not going to be easy to toss out of the ring, and he's definitely been right up there at the top in every battle royal we ever had. He's very huge, he's very powerful. His unpredictable nature is there too, because you don't know what Mad Dog's thinking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a couple of consequentials in there. How about the Society of Sin?
Those
You
two
never know what they're thinking.
Peckavis, Dante.
They're very evil. They're very unpredictable. They work well together. How are they going to work well against everybody else?
And then that same line, the collective. You have a faction going into a battle royal, and they say, hey, it's every man for himself. There's still $10,000 on the line and a title shot. But somewhere in there, again, if we're talking strategy, I want my 2 tag team partners, or in this case, the Society of Sin, I want my tag team partner watching my back in it. And at the end of the night, if you got to toss them out real quick, hey, it's still every man for himself.
Well, on that note, you did talk about the collective. We mentioned Mad Dog Miller, so let's talk about his tag team partner.
Rock and Roll Chris Turner.
Rock and Roll Chris Turner, multiple time CCW champion. He is he's going to be in the Battle Royal again. He could very easily walk home with a CCW championship, or at least a shot at the title.
He's no stranger to the Stampede Battle Royal. He's been in quite a few of them over the years.
Another man who's actually won the Battle Royal. In fact, he won last year. Former CCW champion, Flashing Cash, Hayden Price.
Now, this week, we're actually going to go to a tag team match with these 6 men. Rock and Roll Chris Turner, Mad Dog Miller, and Hayden Price taking on the collective.
And here we are with another exciting main event on Superstars of the Ring. My name is Craig Young, and I am joined by the Machine, Fred Avery. Fred, your old group, the Collective, taking on the combined efforts of Mad Dog Miller, Rock and Roll Chris Turner, and Hayden Price.
And that's a funny thing, because I was a member of the Collective. KT and I were tag team champions at one time, and due to some other injuries and stuff that I had to step back for a while. Wow. But let's look at this match right now. The Collective started off like a house on fire, and now the fire has been put out and extinguished.
Wow, what a close-up by Mad Dog Miller, and Kevin Toole's gone to the ground.
And that's a big man to take down with just a clothesline, let me tell you that.
Wow, that was thunderous. We're under a youth movement here in Continental Championship Wrestling, a lot of very young talent. The Collective, made up of the tag team champions, second-generation wrestler Daniel Anderson, Kevin Toole, the Revelator, the veteran here in Continental Championship Wrestling, and the guy who calls himself the best damn wrestler here in Continental Championship Wrestler, Julian Wells, the future and former CCW champion.
Well, the thing is that I respect Jonathan. I respect him quite a bit. I respect KT and I respect Daniel. The thing is with this group is that, like I said, I was a member of them. I helped form it. Myself and Mr. Falcone, who you notice is no longer with them either, he's out of the picture. We're not sure what's the deal with him right now. That's just another story for a different day. But these guys decided that they didn't need the experience or the wisdom or the knowledge of the Machine around.
Hey, and that's the Dogs of War, as they've been taking the call themselves here in Continental Championship Wrestling. The Collective is a strong unit.
Well,
with looking across that ring, all former CCW champions. You know, this is not going to be an easy match to try to call out any of the veterans of this company.
Oh, by no means. And I've listened to Daniel and Jonathan talk about the veterans of this company and talk about Chris Turner and how old he is. And I've got Chris by probably 10 years now. I'm not scared to say I'm a little over 50 years old. I'm not ashamed of that.
Well.
And these guys think that all this youth and vibrance and all this energy is going to get him with the nice collar and lock up there. And Chris has got an arm twist on him.
Chris still fundamentally sound, but Chris has been around long enough that if you watch him, he likes to play those little games in the ring and really frustrate the opponents he's with.
Chris is a solid wrestler. There's no doubt about it. And then you got Hayden Flash and Cash in here right now, man. That is one big man.
Yeah, he really is. And they're staying on that arm of Daniel Anderson. Anderson's second-generation wrestler. His dad, his dad, Boone Anderson. Did you ever have any run-ins with him over the years?
I never did get an opportunity to get in the ring with Boone. I didn't meet him until actually coming to work for CCW. Wonderful gentleman, and I know that he spent a lot of time in the Florida area, and Florida was not one of the areas that I spent a lot of time in my career. But he has taught Mr. Boone well.
He has. What a deep arm drags, and wow, Hayden Price almost let him tag in the Revelator. There's a lot of guys in that ring that, over my career, I'd be afraid to be in there with. I've been in there with Mad Dog Miller. I've been in there with Kevin Toole. And Kevin Toole may be one of the strongest guys I have ever met in my life.
Kevin Toole and the Mad Dog. I've been in the ring with both of them. They are both super strong athletes. And Mad Dog doesn't know how strong he really is. He's got that scary strength going
really
about
does.
himself.
I mean, I have seen him. I believe the last time I registered him in the weight room, he was benching somewhere near 450 to 5. I can't even lift up the bar, Fred. The bar.
And you look at that man, though, and you can see that he can do that kind of weight. And I have never had a match with Mad Dog that I did not come out feeling awful the next day. Sore everywhere, beat up, black and blue and bruised, because he is that tough and that mean.
Chris Turner obviously upset on the outside, but Revelator Kevin Toole just leveling Mad Dog Miller. Those two are no strangers to each other. Kevin Toole's first match in Continental Championship Wrestling was with Mad Dog Miller. Luckily, a match happened, the ref. And Chris Turner and Hayden Price are both, their level of frustration over there in the corner spilling over, and poor Mad Dog Miller is taking a 3-on-1 attack.
And, the collective is a very smart group. You notice they've kept them in the corner. They've cut off the ring. Right now, you've got the smallest guy out there in the future, Jonathan Wells, pounding on the dog because everybody else has softened him up. Now, the dog's making that comeback, though. And look what he did. Simple poke in the eyes.
Simple poke in the eye. As you've taught me, Fred, the simple poke in the eye pretty much brings you back to an even playing field in most cases.
There is nothing that you can do to protect your eyes.
Nope.
I do wear glasses outside the ring, and there are times when I thought about wearing them in the ring just so I wouldn't get poked in the eyes, but I'm scared they might get broke.
Wow.
Oh.
Wells, a beautiful flying punch to the face. Just measured Mad Dog Miller. And Wells telling the crowd, Wells wants respect. Wells wants what's due to him. Former champion,
And he held the title for over a year, did he not?
Yep. And Wells is in a constant need that he has to remind people of how good he really is. All that talent on the collective side are some of the best talent I've seen in Continental Championship Wrestling. Maybe the best talent I've seen in wrestling right now.
And, look at them right now. They're triple teaming him. They're cutting off the ring, and unfortunately the referee there is trying to keep the other team back. He's doing his job.
Yeah, just Mad Dog Miller with a big kick in the mouth from Kevin Toole. Wow, Anderson with a great spinning elbow. And Rock and Roll Chris Turner, obviously frustrated on the outside. You can tell he really wants to tag into this match and get involved. Using that 5 count and those double team moves.
A nice baseball sliding style drop kick there by KT.
It's hard to do with a guy that's almost 7 feet. I mean, basically you're hitting the ropes and going right into that move. It's not like you're one of the younger cruiserweights and have some room to operate.
No, and KT has been hitting the gym. You can tell he's getting a little bit bigger, a little thicker.
Yep.
As he's matured and gotten a little older, he is putting on some what a shot.
What a shot by Mad Dog Miller. We can hear that all the way back here at the announce area.
And I'm just saying this, I'm glad that's not me.
Yeah, glad it's not me too, Fred. Mad Dog Miller, you know, and he's got all the leverage here with Kevin Toole on the ropes. Kevin Toole's height being used against him here. But Mad Dog keeping him in
Mad Dog wants to get a tag now. He needs to get a tag. He's trying to make all this. Oh!
Ooh. Wow, I don't know who got the better part of that. Mad Dog Miller may have just knocked himself out.
And the problem is that he was trying to make this comeback by himself, and he needs to make sure that he does not make the comeback by himself.
Kevin Toole is going to try to get the tag too. And here comes Hayden Bryce. Flash and cash.
And did Hayden tag in and just house on fire? Oh, nice clothesline on Wells. Takes him and throws him into that turnbuckle. Spins him around. Oh.
Hayden Price, referee needs to get out of the way. Wow, what a running clothesline. He's going to give him another one. Is he going to get 3? Wow. Those two are no strangers to each other. Feuded over the title most of 2013 and good part of 2014, and he goes right to the pin.
And you know, Hayden was the one that took the title from Jonathan.
Yep.
And that was a battle that went all year long, and they went back and forth, and I will be honest with you that as a member of the collective, I helped Jonathan a few times hold on to that title.
Wow! Beautiful backcracker, neck breaker right off that second rope. And it looks like he's going to set up for the flash drive. Can he hit this? Beautiful spinning rolling elbow off the second rope. Wraps out of position.
And Daniel makes the save.
Daniel Anderson very quick and very smartly got in there to break up that pin. You hear Chris Turner, Mad Dog Miller on the outside of the ring. Again, Chris Turner very upset, frustrated that he's not in this match.
And you know, I just looked over at Mad Dog, and he is holding himself like he might have injured a rib there or something during this beating that he took.
Yeah,
so it'd be interesting to see.
We saw when he came out of that corner.
Oh.
Didn't even slap him, just rolled down for a thumb to the eyes, but that clothesline was thunderous. And we're kind of waiting to see if we can get a better look over at Mad Dog Miller, but I think when he came into that corner with Kevin Toole, looks like he might have pulled a muscle in his leg or something right around his knee.
Yeah, it's kind of strange the way he's standing there. He's holding his side, his arm, his leg.
Hey, this is a war. They don't call these guys the dogs of war for nothing. They're
taking advantage of that 5 count right now. Oh, missed the double clothesline. Oh.
Wow, Hayden Price, a big double clothesline. Price has to get to his corner and tag in rock and roll Chris Turner. Wow, and here we go again. All 3 members of the collective into the ring now. Wow.
And that referee is having a tough time controlling this action.
The referee needs to get all of these guys in the corner. Who's the legal man at this moment for the collective? Because Anderson seems to be kind of floating in the corner.
I don't know if Anderson can get out of the ring. I think he might be hurt from that clothesline and just can't get out of the ring. He might not know where he is.
I don't think he knows where he's at either. Referee still. Oh, both members of the collective in the corner. Wow, Price again going over the Daniel Anderson. Anderson was down. Oh! Oh! Wow.
I think that was a low blow there.
Wells looked like he went face first in the wrong side of Anderson.
I've heard that Jonathan Wells is metrosexual, and that might just take the cake right there.
Metrosexual, you say, Fred?
Yes, metrosexual.
Wow, big clothesline from the Revelator.
And that was a thunderous clothesline. I bet you Chris Turner hadn't been hit that hard in years.
Not in years, no. Chris Turner, this is not a place you want to be in the ring with the Revelator, because the Revelator will knock you out. And the Revelator bringing Chris Turner into the corner of the collective. Not really the place Turner wants to find himself in this match.
I think Turner is praying to the wrestling gods right now to get him out of that ring.
That is, The wrestling gods indeed, as now Wells is sounding off on him.
He's
Turner
thrown out of the ring.
Landed with a splat out here on the outside, and Anderson and Toole are putting the boots to him. Wow, the referee's holding Mad Dog Miller back in the ring, and here comes Hayden Price to try to even it up.
And Hayden with a nice kick there to KT, and he's working on him a little bit. Oh,
Wow.
solid chop.
Again, the referee's lost all control of this match.
Oh, big Kevin into the turnbuckle there, into the steel post.
His head bounced right off the back of that turnbuckle. Toole is down on the outside. Hayden Price is up there.
And the good thing about this crowd is there's a lot of young kids here that are getting involved in this match that are really enjoying it. And even though right now the collective is in control, listen to this crowd.
The crowd is firmly behind Rock and Roll Chris Turner. Anderson with a suplex, and he held on to it. Are we going to see 3? Second suplex, and he's going to roll him. The strength of Daniel Anderson to get Rock and Roll Chris Turner up for not 1, not 2, but 3 huge falling suplexes.
Very nice job. Very nice
Back in
job.
the Wells, we're starting to see.
And I don't know what Chris is doing down there. He's thinking, he's looking, he's trying to pray. He's calling in some.
He's looking
and
up
there we go.
right into the eyes of Jonathan Wells.
Oh, and the rope was shook. And
Hayden Price shook him off the ropes. Wow.
we have a little Donnybrook going here. Is Wells the legal man? Are we sure about that?
Wells the legal man. Rocket drop by Rock and Roll Chris Turner. That could be it. That's a 3 count.
My goodness, the collective has fallen.
Wow.
Mad Dog Miller, Hayden Price, and Rock and Roll
Maybe. Maybe now these guys will understand that sometimes experience and knowledge beats youth and exuberance.
That, Fred Avery, was an absolute war. Bodies are laying everywhere.
And these 3 guys walking out back to the dressing room, they've worked hard and they deserve this victory.
Oh, yeah, and Mad Dog Miller holding his ribs. Chris Turner holding everything. Flash and cash, Hayden Price looking like $1 million. For the collective, the Dogs of War fight another day.
I guess it's time for the dogs to lick their wounds, will you?
Lick their wounds indeed, Fred Avery.
Yes, sir. Well, it's been a pleasure being out here on this week of Superstars of Wrestling.
We'll throw it back in the studio to Brian Blitz.
Chris Turner rocking truck Wells through that mat.
I don't know if that's really worth laughing at, but he did.
I think it was amazing. Are you kidding me?
Well, let's point out the pink elephant in the room. That match obviously has some serious Stampede implications for every one of them. But importantly, for Rock and Roll Chris Turner and Mad Dog Miller, is they will be challenging Future Evolution for the CCW Tag Team Championships, as well as 4 of the 20 men that are going to be in that big battle royal for the chance of the
everybody
CCW.
saw in that match was going to be the battle royal.
Absolutely, yeah.
But huge implications for that match. Evolution has been on a tear with those tag team titles. Rock and Roll Chris Turner, now with a healthy Mad Dog Miller, want their titles back. We got to see all 4 in the ring, and it has to feel a little bit of a justification for Rock and Roll Chris Turner, especially just planting Wells with that rocket drop.
Let's not dwell too much on them, because you saw 2 other gentlemen that were in that match as well. Of course, I mentioned earlier, Flashing Cash Hayden Price, the former CCW champion. He could actually become the first man to become back-to-back Battle Royal winner and go for the championship against Mayhem Marks later on in the evening. Also, we're looking at the Revelator Kevin Toole.
Big match added. He gets a title shot at Stampede against the new Southern States champion Logan Wells, who just recently
Logan Stevens.
Excuse me,
The
Logan
Jesus
Stevens.
Freak Logan Stevens, as he will. You're right. He will be putting on the Southern States Championship against the Revelator Kevin Toole, and what's going to be a very, very competitive match.
That will be a David versus Goliath match.
Maybe
of
David
epic
versus
proportions.
David versus Goliath too. That's a good call, Craig. Lots of other things that are going to be happening at Stampede this year.
I'm excited.
I'm
really excited about this event.
We do want to talk one thing about that we haven't focused on a whole lot is the CCW
The voting?
2014 voting.
No, listen, I appreciate.
I know.
I know you have never won this award, and I've already won it. I've already been back a couple months, and I've looked at some of the fan votes, and
Good. Maybe you can take another check.
2014 is going to be my
Get-
year.
get
The
another
jacket has been successful. You're in the voting. Who else
That is
is?
a nice jacket. That is a nice jacket. How you doing, Blitz? Long time no see, man.
Who is this guy?
You don't know me?
No. Who's?
Oh man, I'm the 2000 and
Oh wow.
I'm the 2013 Personality of the Year, Jerome Jackson, and will be your 2014 Personality of the Year. Vote for Jerome and keep watching CCW, and we will see you in the ring.
Did he just flub our ending?